Hi, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Nurture Your Database Email Campaigns. So I'll show you today how to actually create the design, the content that's going to go into that email campaign, and how to set that up within your Command account and send it out today. So if you're here with me live, put any questions in the chat that you might have for me. If you're watching this back on the recording and you have any questions, you can reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'll be happy to see how we can assist you. First, let's go ahead and get started with some of the prep work to get started for your email campaigns. If you're not familiar with email campaigns at all, by the way, it's like an email blast. It's a way to reach out to your sphere. And so prep work, let's start with our marketing profile in Command. This is where your information pulls to actually go out on your design, on your email campaign. It's where it pulls your branding. So right here in the top right of your command, you can click on your name and choose settings. Now I'm going to the marketing profile. It's easy to get confused, but my profile right here is not what you're looking for. So we're just going to click on settings. And while that's loading, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. And zoom in one more time. There we go. And so right here, we're in the command settings, kind of like your back office. And your marketing profile will be listed over here under Connect Settings and Marketing Profile. First thing, you definitely want to make sure this is toggled on. This means that it is using your information to brand not only your agent's site, but also like your KW Consumer mobile app. And also it will feed into the designs that we'll create today to show your branding there. So definitely make sure this is toggled on. Your headshot is another thing you want to pay attention to on this because it will appear on the designs, the majority of the designs. And your headshot does need to be 360 by 360 pixels to upload in here. It will accept different sizes, however, it may look distorted. So it's just best to go ahead and make it that square and then upload it here. If you need any help with that, just let us know. For your team logo, this is also imperative. This will show on your designs, on most designs, even if you do not have a team logo here. And so it can actually reflect as a broken image if you don't have anything uploaded in this spot. So we recommend using a team logo if you have it. If you've branded yourself as a solo agent and you have a logo or a brand, you can put it there as well as just a generic KW logo. Okay. Next, obviously, you definitely want your details there, like your name. Your license number is also an important piece here as well. That will pull into some designs. And if you do not have your license number here on your marketing profile, you could receive an error when trying to use the design that may be trying to pull that piece of information. Okay. And you can go through this, fill it in as you like with your slogan if you have one, military affiliation. You can even put your bio here. You'll want to, of course, make sure that your phone number is correct along with your email and your website. Just a little pro tip with your website, www is not compatible with the KW agent websites. It's best to always have this HTTPS :// before your KW agent website URL, and that way it works. If you ever question that, you can just take it out and copy it, put it into another tab, paste it, make sure it goes directly to the site that you're wanting to have listed there as your website. And ours is working correctly, which is good. So I'll close that tab. But you always want to make sure that that is good to go. That way, as long as you have this at the beginning of it, that way it will be a clickable link on your design. If a consumer opens your email campaign, looking at it, this will be a clickable link as long as you've got it here the way that it should show. Okay. Scrolling on down, your market center information should already be filled in for you. However, if you need any help with that, it can always be added here. The market center logo is one of the rare ones. It will just adjust the way it needs to, even though it's recommended to be a perfect square as well, 360 by 360. If it is a little off and still looks a little wonky in the preview, it's okay. It sorts itself out for some reason on the designs that we'll create today. And so you'll see that. So no need to worry if this doesn't look quite right on your marketing profile. If you have any compliance, this would be the place you would put it here. You can also add any legal footers, legal images, and also your social links right here. These are another thing. You may want to just copy them, paste them into a new tab, make sure it goes to your profile for that social platform. Sometimes you may have a link here that actually requires someone log in order to be able to see what you were trying to lead them to. So you'll definitely want to make sure those are public facing so that as soon as they click on it, it'll actually take them right to your public information. And if you've made any changes, always remember to click save at the bottom. And once that's good to go, the next thing that you just want to check in your settings is your command mail setup. We're going to send an email campaign out using command mail. And I just want to show you where you can adjust that before we dive into the actual contents of the email campaign. So again, you can always click your name up here at the top right and click settings. This will bring you to that settings page that we were just on. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see command email, also known as command mail. You'll see it different ways throughout your command. It's the same thing. And you can click manage. This will show you how much you've used through the subscription that you have. You get 5,000 a month free within your command mail. This will let you know how much you've sent for that month and what percentage that you've used. If you ever want to increase that, if you're working with a large database or you use a lot of email campaigns, you can always come here and hit manage subscription and increase that 5,000 a month. Just know it'll have an additional cost. Right now, you get 5,000 free. Okay. Next is the way it's configured. Now, when a email campaign goes out, it will actually go out from a generic email address. And I'm going to pull that up and show you in a little bit what it actually looks like. It'll be agent and a series of numbers. And so when you do that, and the consumer replies, this is the email they'll reply to. This is where you will receive any emails that they send back to you. So you can actually adjust which email that is here. You can even write one in if you need to. And this is the way the name will appear as well. So maybe if you're on a team or you would just have a brand name that you like to go by, anything like that, this is where you would adjust it. Okay. And just remember to save your changes if you need to, if you made any. Okay. All right. And so that's just where you would adjust your command mail settings. Now that we've done that, now that we've looked at all the kind of back end information, we're going to go ahead and jump into your designs tab so that we can actually create the content that is going to go into your email campaign. So I'm going to close this window. Over here on the left-hand side, your designs tab is the little brush on a white piece of paper, it looks like. You can go ahead and give that a click. If you're not familiar with these icons, you can always click the red square and it'll pop the names out for you. So you're looking for designs right here. Go ahead and give that a click. All right. So from here, it will show you the designs that you've already edited. Over on the top right, you do have a couple of options. We're going to create a new design today. And you do have options of what to create. It's important if you're going to create an email campaign, make sure you're creating an email design, okay? If you come in here and create a social or a print, it will not be compatible with your email campaign. So we'll click email and next. It will automatically bring up the templates that KW does provide for you, and these are all super great. You can see there's a lot here. You can scroll down and load even more. There's up to 73 templates. You can go through these and explore these as you would like. You can even keyword search if you're looking for a particular one. Memorial Day is coming up. Let's see. Nope. Let's see if we have any holidays here. I know we have Easter ones. Just kidding. It doesn't have the word Easter in the template. So we'll go ahead and do newsletter. If you're looking for newsletter, there we go. So you can keyword search by these and find which ones you like. You can see like Happy Spring, Happy Valentine's Day. I think I was picking all the holidays that aren't listed in the name. And so Happy New Year as well. So you can select a template pre-made, remove, add to, personalize as you would like. Today, I want to show you actually how to create one from scratch so that you know how to use all of the components. So in the top right, you can create new template. Do notice you have an option to import an HTML if you were trying to import from a different platform. That is here. For today, I'm going to create a new template, and this will bring you to the place that you're going to edit and create that. I'm going to back out just a little so that you can see everything on your screen. First, let's go ahead and get a name on this. You name it whatever you would like. That is internal, so your consumers will not see that name. And just to give you a brief overview of this, if you're not familiar, on the top left, it's showing you the different views that you can preview this design in, like desktop, if you're viewing it on a tablet, or if you're viewing it on a mobile device. That's what your design will end up looking like. The little icons right here in the center of your screen, the first, that's for your components. Those are all of these beauties right here to the right. You also have an eyeball to be able to preview your design. I'll show you that in a little bit. And an undo and redo button. Okay. At the top right, you'll have a little drop down for options. We can preview our design to see what it's going to look like. Even send a test email to yourself, which we highly, highly recommend doing before you actually do this completely with your email campaign. And you can download the template if you just want to save a copy on your computer. Not a bad idea if you'd like a backup. Obviously, a save button and an X out. So let's go ahead and start to build the contents for your email campaign. First thing we usually start with is your legal header, and you're just going to drag and drop. See that green ribbon that it's showing you? That's where it's letting you know that it will put that header or the component that you're looking to drag and drop. So let's grab a legal footer as well. Drag. See where the green ribbon is? I can put it above or below. Since it's a footer, I'm going to put it below. Now, it looks like it's broken on your page, right? It looks like the images aren't showing. It looks like the information is not pulling. Just know it is made to be that way. If I come right here to my eyeball and click preview, you'll be able to see that this is actually what it looks like. It pulls all the information from that marketing profile we were just looking at. So it looks all correct. Do know that the address does duplicate. It's built that way. And so this would be your market center address, and this is what it's considering to be like your team address. If you had a separate office, it's just pulling the same information. This little KW, that's that team logo that we were talking about. If we did not have that generic KW logo right there, it would actually show broken image. Another idea for putting right there on the team logo too is we've seen people actually use like a second headshot if you wanted to do that. That's another idea. Okay. So we're going to exit out of this preview mode, okay, and go back to building our content. And so we've added our header, we've added our legal footer, which by the way, can't be edited. When you click on them, you just have a trash can option to remove, but not to edit. Okay, those are static. And then the next, we can actually go and grab like a text box right here. Drag and drop. Again, green ribbon lets you know where it's going to be. When you click it once, a pencil comes up if you want to edit, a trash can if you want to delete. Also, double clicking it will open up the editor on the right-hand side. You can come in here and add whatever you would like. Let's say hello, and you want it to address the actual person you sent it to. So you can have it plug in the contact's name by using your merge fields right here. So you'll notice you have some oriented to you, the agent. If you scroll down, you will have your contact. So contact first name, and we'll put it right there. Or just making up some stuff here. Okay, so you add your content of what you want to add in that text box. You can always highlight, make this bold. You can change the font. You can change the size. You can change the color. If you would like, make it a little bit darker. You can even add hyperlinks into this as well with some other organizational options right here. Once you get it the way you want it to be, just click done. It's left aligned. I'm going to double click it again to edit it one more time just to make it center aligned and hit done. Make sure you always hit that done. That way it'll save those changes that you've done. Okay. Next, let's add an image and look at your components here. So your image that you can add, what it's opening are the images that you've previously used in a design. Okay, so that's what you're seeing populate here. You also have the option to pull an image from a listing. You can look at all listings or your listings under my listings. You can search by address, MLS number, or KWLS ID, and you can enter that information here. So let's go ahead and just pick Main Street just as a generic one. You hit search and you can scroll through all the properties here that you would like. If I select one, it'll show me all the images and I can choose any image here to actually put into my design if I want to. You can even come over here and choose add images and choose an image from your device if you would like. For today, to make it easy, we're just going to grab one of my images that we've previously used in a design. I'm just going to give that a second to upload. Load more. Memorial Day is not far away. Let's just grab that one and click save. Now the image is right here. Notice when you have it selected, see our little border, you have the pencil or the trash can again. So let's click pencil to edit. And right here, if I choose to change this image, I can. Alternate text. This is if for some reason, if the image does not display, it would show a particular text right there. So if you want to fill that out, you can. It's not required. You can also make this a link. If you want consumers to be able to click on this image and go somewhere, you can link it to a landing page, a merge tag, or a web address. Landing pages, it will pull up all of your custom pages and landing pages that you have associated with your KW Agent website. If you choose a merge tag, this is actually pretty great because you can scroll down and find your app link. There it is, Agent Consumer app, and it will automatically put in your KW app link. And whenever the consumer clicks on that image, they'll be taken to the page to download your app. Or you can do web address where you can actually type in any particular website that you would like it to go to. Like for today, let's just go ahead and drop the link in there for our training calendar. So we'll just put that there. Next, you do have sizes. There is a max size, usually it is 750. Let me see if I can push it. Yeah, there we go. So it'll give you this image or this error if you try to make the image too big. It'll let you know that it is too large. And so you can just adjust it as you would like. Okay. The border radius can also be adjusted and you can position the center left or right if you would like to. Click done when you're done. Now the image is there and ready to go. Next, let's show you what the button looks like. We drag and drop a button. This is like a call to action that you can do. Again, you have the pencil to edit. So if you click that or double click it, it'll open your editor to the right. You can name this. I like to add exclamation points after everything and it gets me every time because it doesn't like special characters. So just leave it as the text that you would like. Again, you can choose the link that it goes to. Here you can choose a landing page or a web address. So if you want it to go to a certain landing page that you have, if you have them associated, for some reason, it's not letting us pull our landing pages. This is tech in real time, guys. You saw just a second ago that it should be pulling the landing pages or the custom pages you have associated with your KW agent site. Those should show right there. So you can also put in a web address if you would like it to. We're just gonna pop in our training calendar web address just to have it linkable or clickable so I can show you in the sample. Next, you can change the width and the height of this button if you want to. Make it that. You can change the font of it as well. You can change the color. You can even use the little eyedropper right here and go over here and grab a particular color that you want it to be out of the image that you used. That way it'll match. You could have squared edges or round edges. You can choose the border radius if you'd like, and choose the position as well. Go ahead and click done. Now I made it absolutely giant, so I'm going to double click on that again. See if we'll make it a little smaller. Well, doesn't really matter. But just to have it done. There we go. All right, so there's your button. And then we've already shown you the legal header, the legal footer, but you also have a listing block over here that you can use, which is really neat. If you want to show off particular listings or maybe put a few in the email campaign, you can do that. You drag and drop, choose your pencil to edit, and your image right here will pull from your listing that you do. You can manually put it here, but choose select listing. Come here again, same options we were seeing before, address, MLS number. Just gonna grab an MLS number I had previously to show you how to do that. And drop your MLS number in and hit search. Great day. All right, so an error occurred on client. So guys, that's not ideal. They are doing updates on command right now. And so that may be why we just saw that. So let's hit back. Bless it. It did not save our design. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get us right back to where we were. Hopefully that will not occur for you. All right. Drop our header, drop our footer. We're going to grab our listing block again. And here we go again. Let's hit our pencil, select listing. I will not try it with MLS number, even though that is usually, guys, that's the most efficient way to search through these is by that MLS number. So not sure why that did not work. But let me just go ahead and grab one that's already showing or do, I'm going to try it one more time. I want you guys to see that this actually will work. There we go. All right. So I'm letting it populate the listings. That way you can see that it does work with an MLS search. Don't know why it panicked earlier, but we'll just grab one. Let that be our listing, the photo that I actually wanted to show on the main, and we'll hit select. There we go. Notice that it pulls in the information from that MLS listing. It's already populated here for you. You can choose what it hyperlinks to. Again, you can choose a landing page if you would like to. There, our landing pages are showing now like it should be. You can also choose a merge tag again or a different web address, whatever you would like. So we're just going to go ahead and click one of our landing pages just to have that done. Okay. And then hit done, and you should see it update over here on the left-hand side with that listing that you chose. Okay, and it gives you the little stats about it. A consumer can go ahead and click that and view more information based on whatever you linked it to. Okay, you can add as many listing blocks as you need to. Event block is the next one. We'll just drag and drop right here. Notice it gives you an image, the date and time, an event title, and a little blurb. Also has a button built into this as well to link it to a separate page if you would like. So we're just going to go ahead and click on event. We'll give it double click. You can change the image right here if you would like to. You can double click the text that you would like if you want to change the date and time. Maybe you want to center it, make it larger so it gets a lot of attention. You can change the color on it as well. Hit done when you're done. Notice it'll update. And then event title right here. Just add in what you would like. Whoop, that made it smaller. And hit done. Update this as you would like to, guys. And if you double click the button, it looks exactly like it did with the button details previously. You can change the text that's on it, the font, color, all the goodness. Just hit done when you're done with that. And then next, you can also drop a video in. The video does need to be hosted on a public site like YouTube. It can't just be a video that you've downloaded onto your device and try to upload. So as long as you have it hosted on a site like YouTube, this should work for you. And so you can enter the link right there. Let me go grab one of our videos real quick. And all I did was just copy a link from a YouTube video, put it right here. It's one of our testimonials, or excuse me, our tutorials. And then you can also edit the thumbnail. Otherwise it will show gray like this. So you can just click edit to edit the thumbnail because it's going to work properly. Let's go ahead and hit replace instead. All right, so that was a user error. I hit edit instead of replace. So we'll hit replace and you can choose from any of the images. Notice it's the same choices you had previously, my images, listing images, or add images. Just going to grab an image we had before that shows one of our YouTube videos. And again, you have the alternate text you can add just in case. For some reason that doesn't load on someone's device, it will give them an alternate text. They can each actually like read what was supposed to be in that place. And hit done. And this is what your video would look like within your design. Last but not least, Market Snap. Drag and drop over here. And for this, most of this will not be editable. And the reason being is because it's trying to pull the neighborhood trends for that particular market. So you can hit the pencil and see the two things that it will let you edit. First is the name, neighborhood trends. You could make this a market snapshot, whatever you would like. And for postal code, you can just choose any postal code. So we'll just choose one here and choose a neighborhood. Now these auto-populate. This pulls from Nextdoor, can't edit it. So you would just pick one and then click done. And on the left-hand side, you will see that update with the map and the stats for that particular market, okay? Now, sometimes the neighborhoods have more data than others. And so if there's not data, if there's not a map, you might see a broken image here. You may not see the stats filled out. It just depends on the neighborhood that you choose, okay? So those are all of your components that you can actually build a blank design from scratch for the emails. And now that we've looked at all of that, let's go ahead and actually preview it. Because remember, some of this stuff is showing broken, like this stuff up here. Oh, and I did not choose an image. So let me go ahead and add image really quick. Well, we'll go ahead and leave that blank actually. So let's go ahead and preview. So options to preview. This is what it will look like. Now, notice that when we actually added, well, our text was on the one that broke. So let me show you real quick with text added back. Remember we did the merge field like hello and had the contact name? Let me add that back because I want to show you in the preview what it's going to look like. Make it bigger for you guys. There we go. Hit done. Okay, so see how it says contact first name? It's a merge field. It's going to pull that from your contacts that you add. So let's go ahead and hit option and preview. Even in the preview, it's still going to show contact first name. But over here on the top right, you can search contacts and choose somebody to actually plug in and put there. So we'll just choose a contact. It'll update and show that it is pulling a contact first name. We have a contact named fake name, so it pulled their first name. Okay, and so from there you can just X out, and you can also send yourself a test email. So we'll do that. You just type in your email address that you would like it to go to, send test email, and you'll get a green banner letting you know that that is sent. Okay, best case scenario, go over, check that, make sure it looks right. Okay, let me pop mine out and show you what we created, which is going to be half of it since our first one had an error. But this is what it will look like. Remember when I told you it would send from an email that is just a bunch of letter or a bunch of numbers after agent at mailer.kw.com? This is the address that it will send from with your email campaign. However, when they reply to, it will go to the email that you want it to go to with the name showing as you want it to show. Okay. And so this again is the test email. And so everything we put in there is there. These should be showing, but again, it's just a test, okay? And so you should be able to zoom in, see if the video will play. Nope, not on the test. So let's go ahead and close that. And I have one, a sample to send you, or sample to show you after the email campaign is sent with all of its clickable and working items. Now that we're done building our design, click Save. You'll notice, there we go, green banner letting us know it's saved. You can always download a template if you want, just know it won't be clickable. And we'll just X this out. It'll ask you to save again. There we go. And now we'll go over to our campaigns tab. This is the bullhorn over here, or megaphone, whichever one you call it. Go ahead and give that a click, and this is our campaigns tab. Okay. From here, we're going to create that email campaign, right? And so you'll notice across the top, you have different options. Let's click on emails. And this is your dashboard for your email campaigns. Across the top, you'll have some quick stats here, how many you've mailed in the last 30 days, which you can adjust to see different, even up to lifetime. How many recipients, how many opens, and how many clicks. Okay. Do notice you have a banner letting you know how many command mail sends that you have left, and you can upgrade your account here also in that same place that I showed you before within the settings. Below that, you'll have your campaigns that you've sent out. If they've sent, they'll show mailed. If you're still working on them, they'll show drafts. You see the names, the dates they go out, how many sent, were opened, clicked, and also the goal. And I'll explain the goal here in just a few minutes. You can search through all of them. You can filter by just seeing the mailed, scheduled, archived, or even just your drafts. We have it on all, and it will default to show you all to begin with. Next is the goal selected. This is what you were looking to do. Attract buyers, brand awareness, just depending on what all your goal was when you sent out this email campaign. Channels collected or selected. You do have an option for command mail and for MailChimp. Today's purposes is to show you through command mail, or as you see it, command email. Again, you'll see it says both ways throughout command. It's the same thing. And then email lists. These are lists of your contacts that you want the email campaign to go to. You can create these as you're creating the email campaign, but to help eliminate possible issues, it's always a good idea to go ahead and create that email list right off the bat. So we'll just go ahead and click email lists. You can see the ones you've already created. You can edit them or delete them. For today's purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and create a list from scratch, because it is important to know that, like, you can make these lists But if you continue, let's say you made a list based on a particular tag for your contacts that you have, like um, buyers, if you use the tag buyers and created an email list, if you have since added that tags to some new contacts within your command database, then it will not update this email list to include those new contacts. So just to make it easy, I just create an email list every time. Okay. And so we'll just add a name to our list. You can type in names here and search that way, name or email, but you can also do it by tags. And this is probably the easiest way. You can scroll down through all of your tags. You may need to click load more if you don't initially see the one you're looking for, but you can select as many as you need to. We're just going to select database class today as our tag, and it will automatically pull up the contacts that have that particular tag. Your contacts do need to have a primary email address on their profile within your command database in order to be added to the email campaign and receive that email. Okay. You can select all, select it one at a time if you'd like, and just click confirm. So we'll go ahead and make our list. It'll update and show our little list that we made there with the number of contacts that we added onto it. Now that our email list is done, let's actually create that campaign. You don't have to go right back to the emails tab. You can do it from right here and click create campaign in the top right hand corner. Make sure again you're choosing an email campaign. You would name it. You can choose what your goal is. If it was a Memorial Day celebration, you could do event awareness. If it were to show the listings in a particular area, maybe you can advertise listing. Maybe you were trying to attract buyers by showing them all the listings. Just choose whichever goal is pertinent to what you were doing. And at the bottom, we're going to choose command email because that's what we're working on today. You would just click create campaign. And this takes you to the place where you can actually edit that campaign. On the left-hand side, you'll notice again, just general information. It's that campaign name. You can edit it right here, up to 80 characters if you want. You can also change your goal if you decide to do that once you're building this out. Below that is the account that this will be that will be used. So that's our support at scottleroymarketing.com. And then send to list. This is where we would put in our recipient list, the list that we just created. And so you can select class demo was the one we just made. You can, again, create a new list from here if you want, or edit the one that you just selected. It'll just make it easy peasy on yourself if you've already created it though, because again, you just choose it from the drop-down menu. From there, it shows you what you're sending from. So it'll show the name that it goes out from and the reply to email address. Remember, we already set this under settings. If for some reason you forgot that step or decide you want to change it, you can always click edit right here. It will take you to your command settings that I showed you previously so that you can get that adjusted the way you want it to be. Next is the subject of the email. And so we ended up using that memorial image. So let's just make it Memorial Day. And then you get to choose your design, the one that we just created. So you can select design for the content of the email campaign. It shows you your email templates that you've already edited in your designs tab. Common issue, someone will create a social design or a print design. And so when they come here to look to add it to an email campaign, it will not show because it wasn't the right kind of design. So this shows our email designs since we're adding it to an email campaign. Okay, you do have some filter options in the top right if you need to search through a lot of them. Ours is right here at the top. So we'll just go ahead and click on that. It gives you a last second to go ahead and edit anything that you want to edit. We're good because we just went through that. We did the prep work. So we'll click save and X. It'll ask you to save again. And now you'll see it added as the content right here for your email campaign. We get a preview on the right-hand side. It's okay that it's not plugging in that contact first name yet. It will once we send it. You do have some actions in the top right. You can preview the email here if you'd like. See what it's going to look like. We can X that out. And you also have the option again to send yourself another test email if you want to. Okay. From this point, you can save this draft for later. You can click schedule and it will let you choose a date to schedule this out. It even has a time on this now. Just know that it can take up to 24 hours to fully process once it does begin sending it out, especially if you're sending it to a lot of contacts. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about timing to schedule, but you can schedule these up to 12 months out. So you would just pick your date and hit schedule, or you can go ahead and send it immediately. So we'll go ahead and click send. It gives you a fair warning, you're really fixing to do this. And then you go ahead and click send now to send. You get a campaign sent successfully banner, and it lets you know that this is in processing status. Again, you can see this up to 24 hours before it has time to fully register. And we'll just scroll down here to one of our previous campaigns so that I can show you what the stats look like. So we'll just go down here and click on the name of the campaign, and it will show you all these different options. How many were sent, delivered, opened, clicked, unsubscribed, not sent, and not opened. There will be a few options you'll notice over here on the right, the 3 ellipses, just to either add tags for this or even give you some contact details on that particular contact. If there were some not sent, options down here, because it can be for a multitude of reasons why it did not actually send. It could have been a bounce back email. It could be undeliverable for some reason, things like that. So for some reason, depending on what reason is listed as to why it didn't go out, you can come over here to the right and you'll actually have options to try to resend or just remove those people altogether from that email list that you created. Um, and so your undeliverable and your unsubscribed will actually show under not sent. So will your, excuse me, they updated, they pulled unsubscribed out and made it its own little tab. So under not sent, you'll actually get undeliverable and blocked as well, or if there were some kind of error for that particular email. Okay. And so that's how you can see the stats specifically and just track for that one email campaign. I want to show you what the email campaign looks like once it's gone out. Give me just a second. This is one that was previously done that you can see. And so again, you see that header. It pulls in all the agent's information, her text that she had entered, and it even shows that contact, that merge name field, excuse me, the merge field showing the contact's first name. And so it actually pulled in the contact's name and put it there. See their image. And this is actually, I believe, clickable. Yep, it opened a video in another tab. It went to our YouTube channel right here. And then as you scroll down, more text that was added, a video that was added, an event block. See how that looks here with the button as well. There was no link added to the button, so this one actually is not clickable. But then you have those listings added as well. This one wasn't filled out, but you can see how it pulls the image and shows the stats, along with that market snapshot that was done and shows the map with the active and sold stats for that as well. And then it ends with your footer text. Something very important too to know is there is an unsubscribe option on the actual email campaign that goes out. You may not see that when you do your test emails or your previews, but on the final email campaign that goes out, that consumer will have the option to unsubscribe. When they click that unsubscribe, and it opened in another window, so let me get that over here for you. When they click that unsubscribe option, they will be presented with 2 options. There we go. So you can unsubscribe from that specific email type, which would be command mail. So anything like email campaigns that you send out, they would not receive, or all marketing emails from this sender. So that would be all of them. So you do have 2 options here, okay? And they can choose to unsubscribe right there. No worries if it's ever done by accident, there is an option to resubscribe if they need to. Okay. All right. And so let's jump one more time back into our command. I just want to show you InDesigns. If you were to jump in and actually use a template that is provided instead of creating one from scratch, you can simply do that by going to Create Design, Email, and then you can choose again any of these templates and jump right in. This one has a little bit of a different footer, so I just want to show you that one really quick. So we'll click that and choose Next. No worries about the images. Again, you can always hit Preview and it should show you what that is. I believe that's a logo. Yeah, a logo up here at the top. Okay. X out of the preview. And this just has a different footer built into this template. You still have your legal footer at the bottom, but this looks really good because this actually pulls your photo, has your information. See the actual merge fields used to be with your information and like your license number. Remember, that's going to pull from that marketing profile. This is that template you would actually get an error on if your license number wasn't on your marketing profile that I referenced earlier. So let's go ahead and hit the preview one more time so I can show you what that footer looks like when it pulls in your information. Wait for it to load. There we go. So if you had a headshot, we have a logo, but if you had a headshot, it would show here and show your information in that nice red little bar. Download my app is a button that you can actually click, make clickable. So we'll just double click that here. Notice that it's the same edit options we had previously for a button, and you can actually choose what that links to. So you would grab your KW app link and add that in right here as a web address if you want to do that. Or if you have the page on your agent website for download my app, you can also have it be that as well if you have that particular one. I was just scrolling through. I may have already passed it, but if you have the download my app page on your website, you can click that. Okay. All right. And so that's how you can make that button clickable. When it's a template like this, you can come in here and remove as many sections as you want and customize that as much as you want. Let's say you just want it just for this block right here because you like the way this looks. That's okay. You can come in here and remove all of these different items and make it what you want. So I just wanted you to know that you have full customization over this as well. Personalize it, make it what you want within this particular template, okay, or any of the templates that are provided from KW, and you would just save it if you wanted to save any of those changes. Okay. All right. Well, guys, that is the end of our class today. We have a few minutes, so I'm going to make sure I get to answer any of your questions if you're here with me live. Again, if you're watching this back on recording and you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to see how we can help you. Thanks for watching.